So sometimes we judge. We judge people for the way that they are being towards us. I know sometimes it's not nice listening to people when they're not being particularly very nice. They're being a bit rude. But if we reframe the way we're thinking in the moment, number one, you can stop that stress response. And that's what I'm trying to get us to do, is to think a little bit more about how we feel in the moment and reframe the way we're thinking in the moment. So last few weeks, we've gone over some other bits and pieces on how to keep that autonomic nervous system nice and calm. Because again, if you are in constant fight, fright, and freeze, your body cannot heal. I'll say that again. If you're in fight, fright, and freeze, so if your body's in stress response, it cannot heal. So if you have got things within your body that require repair and you're in fight, fright, and freeze, your body cannot fix the problem. So we wonder why sometimes you're on this treadmill. I guess this is probably one of the reasons for some of you. So that please, those of you that watch this after the event, please put #replay so that I know you've actually watched today's. So should we be asking more people, are they okay? Well, I actually believe that we should. Because if we're going to reframe things as people are talking to us, then yeah. Remember, emotions is energy in motion. And it's not up to us to take on the bad behavior of others because they're the ones behaving badly. And the thing is, I think sometimes we have to realize this as well. The word opinion, it's someone's opinion. It is not right. It is not wrong. It is their opinion. So when someone is giving you their opinion, if you can reframe, because you might not be agreeing with their opinion, reframe what they're saying. And it makes all the difference as how your body receives the information. Yeah? So don't take on board other people's bad behavior, but also don't feel that you are responsible for making them behave in that way. I did mention this a few weeks ago, but I think it's worth reiterating that point, because when someone comes at you with a slightly negative emotion, your initial reaction is to react to that. Yes, that is normal human behavior. But with Reframe, we can change the physiology of our body, how the body is responding to what's coming at you. Yeah? Because you do. Especially as we get older, you want to make sure you keep that autonomic nervous system under control all the time. Not just sometimes, all the time. But that requires that you think. We're not always good at that when we're in fight, fright, and freeze. Okay. So is that person behaving in that way because of guilt, shame, fear, loathing? Are they actually behaving that way because of those things? And to be honest, quite often that is the case. They don't know that, though. You've got to remember that. Okay. And the other thing that we tend to do, which again creates quite a bit of stress in the body, is looking at somebody that you're talking to and making a decision as to what that person is thinking about you. We all do it. Every single one of us does that. And we actually have to stop doing that. Looking at someone, and you might be talking to them, and you could see a reaction on their face. Stop assuming that you know what it is they're thinking, because you don't. You never, ever know. But our body and our mind gets carried away, and sometimes we start to think, oh, I don't think that person's happy with me, or that person's thinking this, or that person's thinking that. Now, this might sound a little harsh to you, but it's none of your business. It's not. It's none of your business what that person is thinking. And we need to try and get to the point where you actually don't care what they are thinking. Good morning, Maggie. Good morning, Andrea. Think about it this way. If you, as a person, know that you have done nothing wrong, and you know that whatever reason this person has to be acting in this way, if you know you've done nothing wrong, then you've got nothing to fear. You've got no reason to be sitting there thinking, what is this person thinking of me? Because guess what? Sometimes that person might be telling you something, yeah, but in the background, they're actually ruminating over other things, which is creating the way that they're coming across to you, or the expression on their face isn't truly what you're receiving, if that makes sense. So we really do need to stop and think when someone is giving us information and you're assuming that they're thinking a certain way about you. We've got to stop doing that, because again, you're making assumptions on what they're thinking, and it isn't. So it's absolutely none of our business, and it's probably got nothing to do with you. And again, is that, if you're wondering, actually say something. Actually say, are you okay? You don't really seem your normal self. And do you want to know something? When you ask that question, that person, we don't tend to get asked that question enough. And that person will actually probably tell you. They'll say, actually, no, this, that. And then your wondering is now, you have to wonder anymore. Ask the question. Are you okay? You don't seem to be yourself today. Because the thing is, if you don't ask that question, you part ways with that person. And I know some of you do this. For the rest of the day, you'll be thinking, what was that person thinking? And you'll think, have I done anything? Have I said anything? Has this person got any... And look, what are you doing? You're creating stress response in your body. Because it doesn't matter, okay, you might think you're calm, but you will be lifting your blood pressure. You're going to be pumping cortisol through your body. And we want to live a long life and be as